welcome to the highlights of the Benson Hedges World Series Cup international game at the Sydney Cricket Ground. The second in the series, the first won by the Kiwis in Adelaide on Sunday, and a very good victory it was too. They beat the strong Australian side and looked a very powerful combination. The game in Sydney was a day-night game, and it was played in good conditions, a little cloudy, but Greg Chappell, on winning the toss on what looked to be an extremely good strip, had no hesitation in batting, despite what happened to the Australians when they batted first in Adelaide last Sunday. A surprise from the Australian selectors, they left out Graham Wood, and Greg Chappell sent in Kim Hughes to open the batting with John Dyson. The score had moved along to 7. It's in the 5th over, and Hadley is coming in now to bowl to Kim Hughes. He's made 4, and in the commentary box, Bill Lawry and Ian Chappell.
Good shot, well timed down the ground. There's always an air of confidence about Kim Hughes' batting. He's a beautiful drive, and as Ian Chappell's already pointed out, he's also very strong off the back foot. Gets that square, that's beautifully timed. That could be 4. Yes, that beats Ned, and that's the way to start for Kim Hughes. Hadley just straying around about leg stump, and Hughes worked it beautifully square of the wicket. He's out. Well caught by Smith at second slip. Good attacking cricket by the New Zealanders. Look at Paul McEwen. He's delighted, and a vital breakthrough for them. And well caught by second wicketkeeper Ian Smith.
Well, gloves or no gloves, he handled that one pretty well. And that's a blow for Australia, because Hughes was looking pretty good. Just attempting to push that ball on the onside. And as we saw before, McEwen made the ball run away towards the slips. And that's a damn good catch.
He bowls in the wrong spot, and that's 4. Half volley outside the off stump, and Chappell immediately into stride with a beautiful off drive. It's out hard and high over mid-wicket, 4 runs. McEwen just straying to leg stump. Beautifully timed by the Australian captain. It's gloriously struck and beautifully fielded. The captain setting the example, looks at the injured knee, but magnificent piece of fielding at cover.
Greg Chappell following on from where Kim Hughes left off, but that's a great save by Jeff Howarth.
A full toll taken of that, and so there should have been. Full toss with the man at mid-off, fairly wide. Mid-on. Great shot. That's a lovely stroke from John Dyson. And again, lovely timing. I think on the replay we'll see that that is no more than a subtle little defensive stroke. I don't think he'll be shown to have hit the ball any harder than that. But the timing was great.
It was indeed timed to perfection.
It really was a top shot.
Chappell down, dancing down, a magnificent shot, Greg Chappell. Beautiful placement through the covers, 4 runs. And dancing down to Lance Cairns.
Been worked around on the leg side, and that's the 100. Just a single there to Chappell, the 100 up, and the 100 coming in the 26th over. Well, that's a fine shot. Over the top of the mid-wicket and races away to the boundary. So 4, and that's his 50. A marvellous shot and a marvellous innings.
And a good double so far by John Dyson. In his limited over matches. Got a 50 in Adelaide, and he's followed it up again here today in front of his home crowd. And Greg Chappell there, just having a chat to him, perhaps telling him to go on it. But this is a good shot, lifting it over the inside field. And the moment it left the bat, it was 4 runs.
Oh! Well, that's a chance missed and might well be regretted. A firm shot.
Actually, I cannot understand why Greg Chappell takes these risks. He's too good a player to start trying things. He's got to take hold of the Australian innings, and this occasion gives himself room, hits it wide, and has dropped it backward point by Mark Burgess.
Chappell again.
Well, fantastic shot there from Greg Chappell. The ball racing away again. A bit short there from Snedden. Down the wicket, and it's his 50. A marvellous 50 by Chappell, and a very quick one. That's 4, and the crowd getting to their feet and cheering their hero. The Australian captain really showing the way here.
It's in the air. Will it fall safely? He's charging in McEwen. It falls safely. And that's the way it goes. McEwen did well to make his ground there, but it fell safely.
Martin Snedden catching Dyson coming forward. He bangs it in short. He skied it very high.
It's in the air and it clears mid-wicket. 4 runs to Greg Chappell, picking the ball on the up and whipping it away as only Greg Chappell can do at the end of the over. 165 for 1. It's pulled high. Smith getting under it. And he's missed it. Goes through his hands and it bounces over the fence for 4 runs. Ian Smith making good ground but not judging the catch and putting it down, and things going for the Australians. Very unhappy Ian Smith. Should have been caught, had time to get there.
It's a very well hit shot from John Dyson, showing his strength on the back foot as well as the front foot. Ian Smith covered the ground very quickly. Probably used to trying to take catches with gloves on. It's not so easy out there without the gloves.
It's beautifully clipped. Nice shot. Back foot beats mid-wicket, beats mid-on. Look for 3. They may come back for the 4th, and Greg Chappell coming back for the 4th. Well run, Greg Chappell. Good cricket and a beautiful shot by John Dyson. Bowled him. Yorker got through. Good delivery. Second attempt. Tried it 2 balls earlier and finally got through with the Yorker. Fine innings from John Dyson. Couldn't play much better than that in the limited over cricket, and a standing ovation for this young player who's having a magnificent season.
Sydney crowd very delighted with the form of their New South Wales man, John Dyson, standing to a man to applaud him off the ground. And it certainly has been a fine innings. This Yorker just a fraction further up, I think, than the last one. John Dyson not quite getting down on top of it. Missed it with the bat, and then I think he tried to almost tread on it. Crashes into leg stump. So the second wicket falls for Australia with a total on 180.
Border gets the draw shot, the attempted cut going between bat and pad and leg stump. Picks up 3 runs. Look at Greg Chappell really running those runs hard. A fine example for any young player watching the telecast. He's on 76, and Chappell comes again, hammers it square of the wicket. Beats Burgess at point. 3 more to Greg Chappell, scoring at will. Both sides of the wicket. Brings up the 200 for Australia. Greg Chappell moves to 80. Waters hit that in the air, could be out. Yes, straight to Snedden at mid-on. Well caught. Waves to the crowd who have been giving him a bit of a raspberry, but good bowling by Chatfield. He's kept it tight. Border falls, trying to hit down the ground.
Well, it certainly pleased the Sydney crowd. One, because it was Alan Border, who they obviously believe has been disloyal, but it also brings Dougie Walters to the crease. Driving on the rise, not getting over the top of it, and hitting it straight to Martin Snedden. Well taken, and Australia are now 3 for 207.
Well, there's a marvellous stroke. Mid-off, Chatfield had only to move 3 or 4 yards to his right and had no chance of cutting that off, and yet, well, now let's see, he's 30, he's 52, 53 yards away from Greg Chappell.
That was hit with tremendous power and from the wrong position, really. Chappell's well outside the leg stump.
It's nice backing up from Greg Chappell.
Pretty risky thing to do when you're on 97. Throw in there coming. Chappell well home, but reaching up and handling the ball.
Beautifully placed. Walters playing his part now with 3 runs at least to go into double figures. Hasn't got it there. Yes, he has. It's a misfield. And he'll certainly get 2. Will look for 3 and will get it. A splendid century to Greg Chappell, captaining Australia in this second Benson and Hedges World Series Cup match. Australia went down on Sunday, but here tonight they're looking good. 100 in 125 minutes from 92 balls. It's a well-judged stroke. Beautiful hit. You've got to be informed to be able to pull off a shot like that. Just the quick little movement, lovely footwork, and a flick of the wrists over deep backward square leg for 6. And well might there be a slightly bemused look on the fielder's face.
What a glorious shot. There was just a turn of the wrists there. It looks as though Chappell's going away to the leg side. He comes back in as the bowler fires down the leg side. It was a forehand slice. And Chappell, I think, almost couldn't reach that. He's looking at his bat. I'm just wondering whether he's done irreparable harm to it. Ian Smith's having a look at it too.
There's a deep mid wicket, but that's not going to do him any good because Chappell has split the field between the 2 of them. There's a man at long on as well, and the ball banged into the fence. And there's a chase for those 2 players, and neither of them can get it. There's some glorious batting going on here. That's a lovely stroke. That's a top-class stroke from Doug Walters. And at deep mid-wicket. Pick up 2 easy runs there. Walters goes to 26. Greg Chappell is 138. And 3 for 289 at the end of the full 50 overs. And what a feast of batting that was, with a very good crowd in here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Greg Chappell, 138 not out. Tremendous performance. He faced only 109 balls. The New Zealand innings after that Australian onslaught got away to a fairly slow start. They picked up 14 runs in the first 5 overs. Here now is Lenny Pascoe coming in to bowl to John Parker. Parker has made 6, and the score is still on 14. In the commentary box, Tony Greig and Keith Stackpole.
That's in the air and he's out. The breakthrough for Australia straight away, very early on. New Zealand could have done without that. The ball lobbing out to cover.
And a handy breakthrough for Australia, seeing the dismissal of John Parker. Nice snappy catch going to John Dyson. Len Pascoe well behind the line on that occasion. John Parker, his front foot nowhere near it. A nice simple catch straight into the tummy of John Dyson and into his safe hands. You can see Parker, the front foot nowhere near it. The angled bat just going in the air, and that's the end of John Parker and the fall of the first New Zealand wicket, and New Zealand 1 for 14.
And he's hit that. It might even go for 4. It has. Lilly can't cut it off, and that's a good start for young Edgar. Well, that's a fine shot. Beautifully placed through the mid-wicket field there and way out to the deep mid-wicket boundary. And that's through the mid-wicket, or the square of the wicket. That might be 4 as well. It is. So the score just skipping along a little bit now after a pretty sluggish start. Awesome just straying down the leg side a little. Well, that's a good shot. Just a bit short by Chappell, and that'll be 4 as well. And once again, he's found the gap. That is a good shot. And that'll be 4 as well. Trevor Chappell won't catch it. The youngsters come out and help him out. So very well timed. The ball just a little offline.
That's close. Big shout. Yes, that's out. Well bowled, Greg Chappell. They're getting onto the front foot. Beaten by Greg Chappell, and Chappell with a vital breakthrough for Australia. New Zealand 2 for 63.
Edgar not going very far forward, just putting that foot across more than forward. And Mel Johnson from Queensland agrees with his Queensland skipper, and Bruce Edgar is on the way. New Zealand 2 for 63.
That's out. Brilliantly caught. Going for the drive, not quite getting it, and a magnificent catch by skipper Greg Chappell.
The crowd are delirious about that. Another wicket to a New South Welshman. Lawson taking around that off stump, just coming back. Parker going to flick it on the onside, and a well-taken diving catch by Greg Chappell. But, he's been in this game right from the start.
Safe away over point, and it's very, very fast away down on, well, all round the ground, but particularly where it slopes away there towards the ladies stand and Rawongle stand. And that's it. Lily's revenge. 4 wickets down now, and the crowd has been spurring Dennis Lillee on. He has 1 for 23 now from 6 overs. Burgess has gone. Cole Lillee for 29.
Let's have a look at that dismissal. I fancy the ball came back in from outside the off stump. It did, but it passed between bat and pad. Burgess playing slightly away from his pad, attempted to force the ball away on the offside, left the gap, and that was fatal. 3 for 138. I beg your pardon, 4 for 138.
He's hit that, and that really did hit the middle of the bat. It's going to be 6. It's a huge 6. What a fine shot from Richard Hadlee.
Richard Hadlee cutting loose, and that was a magnificent clobber over mid-on. Right over the fence. Sean Graff was up there, gave Hadlee the chance. He picked it up on the half volley and plonked it right over for 6 penn'orth. Look at the power this fellow's got.
He's hit that. It's in the air. He's gone. Caught at mid-wicket. Dyson the catcher. Short delivery. He didn't middle it. Straight to Dyson, and Hadlee on his way. Oh, he's hit it, and he's gone. Nick Tomash off Basco. The New Zealand captain, Howarth, on his way, and really that does spell the end of New Zealand.
The last 4 wickets were able to muster only 19 runs.
Oh, he's tried hard. He's gone again. It's a nick, and Smith's on his way. Graff has it. Smith caught Marsh, bowled Graff for 1.
It's not a good shot at all there by young Ian Smith. I think a little bit overawed by the occasion. And a very dangerous delivery from Sean Graff, but one that tempted Ian Smith to get an edge. And Rodney Marsh, going into the safe hands of him, just throws it in the air. One of the easiest catches I would suggest that Rodney Marsh has ever taken. And New Zealand now 7 for 175.
Down the wicket, and he's hit that, and it's in the air, and he might be out. Porter's coming in. He's got him. The end of Lance Cairns, and Porter will be happy with that because he dropped one in Adelaide.
Well judged catch by Alan Border. Saw him muck a similar one in Adelaide on Sunday, but no mistake then. Perfectly balanced, perfectly in stride, as Lance Cairns comes down, hits it in the air, down to deep third man, and Alan Border coming in perfect stride. Grasped just out in front of him.
That's in the air, it's safe. It's 4 runs. Oh, and he digs it in. A little bit nasty, Rennie, no ball called.
There was a bit of pain in that one too. I think it's hit him right on the helmet. And Pascoe answering that straight hit. Said, here, drive this, son.
He's hit this one hard and high. There's a man down there who's getting under it. It's very high, and it's well caught. John Dyson, well judged catch, well struck, high and hard. Pascoe picks up his 4th wicket.
Well, that was the answer from Warren Lees to the bouncer. He got that one on the rise a bit. Quite timed it as well as the other hit. And Dyson had been dropped back at mid-off. Took the catch high up in front of his eyes.
That bowls him, and 5 wickets to any. Pascoe well bowled, and a good victory for Australia. Australia wins by 94 runs.
Crowd rushes onto the ground. New Zealanders leave just that fraction quicker than the kids tearing onto the ground.
Well, as the kids rush out on the field, 94 runs the margin for the Australians, and I think probably a true indication of the difference between the two teams on this occasion. And we look forward to having you with us in our telecast that will be going right round Australia. Good night.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.